Hello again, it's Connie here from Say It With Simplicity, and today I'm here in Cricut Design Space and we're going to create a Valentine design, and it's a little bit of a surprise, so follow along and create with me. We're going to be using basic shapes, and I'm going to start out with the heart that's free here in Cricut Design Space. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to now size isn't really important right now because you can resize this to any size you want once you're finished, but let's go ahead and leave it right about there. And let's go ahead and grab the offset, and I want to do an internal offset. You can do the external offsets, and then if you slide this, here we are at 0, and you can slide down and do an internal offset. So I want a fairly thick internal offset, and so let's go ahead, and that's about minus 0.347, and I'm going to click apply. So now I'm going to go over to my layers panel, and I'm going to hold down my shift key so I can select both of these, and I'm going to slice. Now I have a couple of slice results. Here's the one that's open in the middle. I'm going to get rid of both of these. I'm going to hold down my shift key and I'm going to hit delete. And that's going to give me just that sort of a donut heart, if you will. And there we go. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab a shape again, and I'm going to grab the square, and I'm going to unlock my proportions, and I'm going to make this into a long skinny rectangle. And if you kind of are starting to maybe figure out what I'm doing, go ahead and hit the like button. And if you're new to my channel and haven't yet subscribed and like these kind of tutorials, I hope that you'll join me here on YouTube. And I'm going to go ahead and I want to sort of see what width I have here, and I have 0.431, and I'm going to grab a shape, and I'm going to grab this half circle, and I want this half circle's height to be the same as this width. So this is 0.431. I'm going to make this 0.431, and so I can highlight that and enter it on my keyboard. And now I'm going to rotate this. I can highlight that, and I'm going to rotate it 270 degrees, and that's going to put that in that orientation, and I'm just going to slide that down to the bottom of my rectangle here, and I'm going to just try to line that up at the bottom. And now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use my align tool and center horizontally, and I'm going to go to my combine down here on the lower right, and I'm going to unite. And that's going to just give me a nice rounded area down at the bottom. Now if you zoom in, and you can see that you have a little bit of an kind of a point sticking out, let's go ahead and you can undo your unite and maybe just slide that down a little bit by using your arrow key on your keyboard. And let's try that again. And that's a little bit smoother, so we're going to leave it like that. And we're going to line these, center horizontally, and we're going to unite those. And I can zoom back out here again. And if you guessed we're making a key, you're absolutely right. And so let's go ahead, and we need a little bit of a, you know, the thing that goes into the tumblers for the key. I think that's what they call them. Let me know if I'm wrong, but let's go ahead here and we're going to make a square, and let's undo our proportions here and just sort of slide this into place here. Maybe we'll go a little taller than wide. And maybe that looks pretty good. And now I'm going to grab a square again. And I'm just going to duplicate this by, well, let's make it a little smaller first. And I'm just going to hold down my Alt. Whoops. Let's undo that. I'm going to hold down Alt. And drag. And let's do that again so that I have 3 of those. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put one here. And I'm going to drag one down here. And I'm just going to hold down my Shift key and align those center horizontally. And then I'm going to unite them. And the reason I want them united is because I'm going to do a slice. So I'm going to select those, and I want to select my long rectangle here. So I'm going to hold down my Shift key, and I want to align that vertically, and then I'm just going to go ahead and slice. And now I have all these slice results, so I'm going to hold down my Shift key, and I'm going to delete those. And that gives me sort of a cutout here at the ends of my key, and then I'm going to just bring this other square in here. And I'm going to hold down that, and then hold down my Shift key, and then that slice result. And I'm going to align that in the center vertically, and I'm going to slice that. And then I'm going to take these other slice results in Layers panel and hold down my Shift key and delete all of those. And now I have this sort of key looking thing here, and I have to join that to my key here, the long part of my key, and I'm going to go ahead and just kind of scoot it over here with my arrow key on my keyboard and select all of this and unite. And now my key is finished. Let's just color it red. And now these are all just different pieces: unite, slice result. I can go ahead and I can click on this and I can do merge layers, and I can click into that and I can call it whatever I want. Heart key. And I'm all finished, and I can cut this out for a design. And wasn't that just a fun way to create with some basic shapes in Cricut Design Space? Now, if I wanted to go ahead and save this for a future project, I could go ahead and save this in my collections here. I could create a new collection. Let's go ahead and Go My Designs. And let's create, and let's go heart key and save it. And now it's all set to go ahead and use it for a project in the future. So I went through that fairly quickly, but it isn't really that difficult. Some of this you can choose the way you do it. You don't have to do it exactly the way that I did it, but it is just a matter of using those basic combine and slice functions down here in the bottom right of your Cricut Design Space screen. And isn't it great to be able to take those basic shapes and make a design that's absolutely free to you? If you have any questions or comments, I hope that you'll drop them down in the comments section below. And I'll leave links to my Facebook group in the description box below, where you can connect with me if you want to ask further questions. I'm always willing to lend a hand if you have questions about using Cricut Design Space, and I'd love to have you join me there. Thanks for watching today, and enjoy crafting, and I hope to see you again real soon. Bye now.